pancreatic cancer, and I got to go visit him on his deathbed. And it was a really poignant moment for me in life. It was really great because I got to he told me what was actually important in life. He goes, Chris, it's not money, it's not status, it's family. That's the only thing that's important. And he looks in my eyes and says, Chris, are you happy? And I said, yes. I lied because he's dying, you know. I'm just telling the truth. But it was really great because we got to try to make his last moments feel good. And we got to talk about the Raiders. He gave me the love for the Raiders, so it wasn't all perfect, But we got to I got to hang out with him, and we tried to make his last moments comfortable, like you do. And so we're going to give him morphine, but he didn't want to take it because he didn't want to get addicted.
Hello, hi. It's Chris Adams here. Thank you for watching and listening. And if you like what I do, please share it. A couple of announcements to make. I'm going to be at the Insomnia Cafe for Writer's Block Comedy. I'm doing one of the book spots. And then on the 15th, I will be at the Comedy Store with Eddie Ift. That's going to be fun. It's his birthday show. Good dude. And then on the 18th, I'm going to be at Therapeutic Noise in Long Beach. That's over on Broadway. That's a fun little room, and that's going to be great. And then on the 21st, I'm going to be in Santa Barbara at the Brazil Cafe, and it's going to be awesome because I love the comics that I'm working with. I know them, and they're all really cool people. So a good group of shows coming up this month, and then more coming next month, actually. So it's going to be fun. Today's topic I wanted to talk about is practice like you play. Because I wanted to tell the story, actually, of where that came from. That's from one of my best friends in comedy and also just in life. I don't see him as much because, he's got a family now, so it's kind of hard to see that person, but I thank him for my career. He's the reason why I work in comedy at all. But his story is very cool because he's a guy that came from Long Beach, went to college, made a short film, even got interest out of college in that short film from who was the director? It was Spike Lee. There we go. Spike Lee was very interested in his film, and then he thought, "Oh, this is great. I'm gonna start moving into either writing or directing," because he always wanted to be one of those, a writer or a director, and nothing happened, because that's how the business works, is you'll get a little something and then it's taken away just as quickly. But that's just part of life, and part of life in this business. And so he was a little bit distraught, but he didn't give up. And what he did was he went to go work on the TV show Girlfriends, because even though he didn't get the job, he had enough from that one thing to be able to at least get a PA job. Not a high-end job. The PA is the production assistant. It's the lowest job you can get in entertainment, but it's usually the best if you're trying to break into the industry because you learn every department, you learn what everybody does, you learn about everything. So he became a production assistant, and he was getting people lunches. That's all he did for the writers. And instead of getting mad and upset and sad that things didn't work out the way he wanted, what he did instead was became the best person to get lunches for anybody. He knew every single person's preference, what they liked, what they didn't like, how they liked it. It made it presentational. He just became the best. And from there, one day, because he was so good at his job, he talked to the showrunner, and it was just pitching jokes to him. And he goes, "You're really funny. Have you ever thought about writing?" And he was like, "Yes, actually, I wrote a short film in college that got the interest of Spike Lee," and used that to be able to get into going from a production assistant getting people lunches to now he's one of the writers. Low writer on the totem pole, but still a writer, right? Not because he sat there and complained and said, "Woe is me." He went, no, there's a way to do this. I'm going to be, whatever my job is, I'm the best at that job. And people liked him because he's a very amicable person. And so he used that experience to gain that job. And from that job, after it ended, the show finally ended, he was able to get onto Everybody Hates Chris, where he was a staff writer, right? And then he ended up going from being a lowly PA to a staff writer on Everybody Hates Chris to having his own episode. and now even more success, you know, because and he's the guy that I learned, like, it doesn't matter if the gig that you're doing or the job that you're doing is not what you want to be doing. Practice like you play, because he used to do sports. He said just give your 100%, you know, give all of your effort to anything you're doing, because even the jobs that you don't like to do, the effort you put into there is going to translate to the thing you absolutely want to do. And he's been an inspiration for me forever. And he's one of those comics where I would watch him at open mics, just it seemingly riff brilliant material just out of his mind, because he showed me what he was like kind of working on, and he never quite wrote the joke fully. He just kind of had the idea of the joke, and then he would work it out on stage. And he's why I kind of do that now, where I know kind of where I'm going, but sometimes I like to just jump off the cliff and not know where the punchline's going to be, because it forces you to write like in the moment, and there's nothing like the adrenaline rush of pulling something out of your head when you have no other options. It's great, you know? So that is my motivation. If you're frustrated where you're at in your career, know that as long as you work hard, you're amicable, you are someone that people like working with, you can get ahead, you know. Unless you're a jerk, then that's your fault. But I hope everybody has a good day, and thank you so much for watching.